Have you got a favourite Malcolm in the Middle episode? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know how I expected you to answer that question. I guess you could tell me in the comments, but don't worry, I'm going to answer my own question for you. I'm going to tell you about my favourite Malcolm in the Middle episodes, because before this new limited series revival, I went back and watched every episode from the original run. And you know what? It's still pretty damn good, but some are just better than others. I'm sorry, life is unfair. With over 150 episodes to choose from, it wasn't easy to break it into just 10 episodes. But I managed to do it. These ones didn't land in the middle, they went straight to the top. So let's get cracking. It's my top 10 Malcolm in the Middle episodes. Number 10. The later seasons of Malcolm in the Middle are definitely a step down from the early seasons, but if you get through them, there are certainly some classic episodes to be found, and for me, Billboard is one of them.
Oh, for crying out loud!
What? I was not. You look great.
When the boys try to get up to some mischief, they decide to vandalise a billboard for a strip club. But they're caught in the act by Lois, but thanks to Malcolm's quick thinking, they manage to turn an act of vandalism into an act of feminist protest.
We can't come down because we are protesting this offensive depiction of women. What?
I love how in this episode we get a little bit of a role reversal, or certainly, if nothing else, a change from the usual, because Lois is never powerless, but here, either because other people won't take action against the boys, or because the boys have an adoring public on their side, there's not much she can do. And that shift of power balance is pretty refreshing.
We found a weakness. All these people in the TV cameras? She must be scared. I didn't think this was possible.
Lois having to negotiate for a change, or if nothing else, adapt her tactics, is hilarious too. It's like watching Wile E. Coyote take on the Roadrunner.
I don't know who you think we're kidding. We're not going to be able to win this.
Dewey, don't look into her eyes.
Huh? What just happened?
Damn it.
There even is something of a message here, and it coming from Reese, given how awful his thoughts were early in the episode, is a nice touch.
I guess what these protesters are trying to say is that women, real women, aren't that different from regular people. They want the same things that men want. Only men don't have to hold a big protest to get them. And women shouldn't have to either. A
refreshing change of pace at a time when the show really needed it. I love how contained the plot is, and I also like any time they're outside of the house. And having the boys take on Lois is always great fun. So this is a great twist on that winning formula.
Very proud of you boys. Let's go home where I can truly express how I'm feeling.
Number 9. In making this list, it became very clear that Season 2 is one of the best seasons, if not the best season, of the show to me. And as much as I love anytime the boys take on Lois, it's also a joy anytime the boys square off against each other. And I think that's just one of the reasons why I love Malcolm versus Reese so much.
Guys, this is supposed to be a contest about love, and you've twisted it into something ugly. Carry on. This too pleases me.
I also love an episode where Francis can get involved with the main story like he is here, because he gets 2 tickets to a wrestling show, and the boys have to compete against each other to see who gets the other ticket. And at first that takes the role of them doing his bidding.
How about if I wash the car before I take it? And I'll rake the leaves, and I'll scoop out the gutters, and if that's not enough, I'll clean the whole attic.
Mom, give him a break.
But what my favourite part of the episode is that they realise that all they have to do is get the other one grounded. So they've got to frame each other. And it devolves into absolute madness from there. Now I mean like really devolves.
You're gonna totally be grounded when Mom sees a beating you gave me. Ow! What are you doing? Sucker!
I have a sudden yearning to watch Fight Club. I also really enjoy how in the end Francis just gives the ticket to some random girl, so it was all for nothing, so the boys end up teaming up to get the revenge on him.
This car's been reported stolen. License and registration.
I know this looks bad, but...
Get out of the car!
That's also only half the story, because the B story, if you can call it that, is also amazing, where Dewey has to look after Craig's cat Jellybean, and it doesn't really go very well.
Please don't go outside, Jellybean. They're just eardrops. See?
So, naturally, he looks for help from Hal, and things get worse, and then Lois gets involved, and things get worse again, because of course they do.
We are gonna get this cat.
I think it's time to call Mom.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Now, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'll say it. It was a really bad idea.
Two storylines that are equally amazing. Having Francis get to play the mean older brother role, which he doesn't often get to play, surprisingly, in the series, and him being actually present in the story, and then having the fantastic storyline with the great pairing of Dewey and Hal, especially. I don't have a lot of analysis here. I just think this episode's a classic.
I told you everything would work out.
Number 8. Some of my favourite episodes of the show are when the whole family are sharing the same storyline. And when that happens, it can feel like something special. Something special like, I don't know, Lois's birthday.
I'm gonna give you each $10 to buy me something.
Here you go, Mom. Happy birthday.
Don't you want to wrap it?
No, it's okay.
This cost you $30?
No, it was like 8. This store's great, Mom.
When can I have my candy?
Relax, dude. We have 20 bucks worth.
Despite Lois giving the boys money to buy her a birthday present, they, like real jerks, blow it on themselves, leaving her despondent. And Hal also manages to forget her birthday and accidentally, but hilariously, rats himself out.
They don't even care that it's my birthday.
They're gonna get one heck of a talking to.
I can't believe that you could be so thoughtless. We all screwed up really big this time.
Why are you yelling at us?
Sorry isn't good enough, mister. I forgot your mom's birthday.
Shocker here. Guess who's the good son in this episode, as Francis remembers Lois's birthday, chastises his brother for their actions, and also randomly manages to convince a schoolgirl on a trip from Mozambique to come with him.
When are you coming home?
Whenever someone in this family gives a damn. Happy birthday, Mom!
You the man, Francis! So Lois storms off, and eventually they find her and try to make amends in a really shoddy way. And honestly, your heart really does break for Lois here, because it just seems like she wants a little bit of consideration. And it doesn't look like she's going to get it.
If I come back, you guys are gonna make some changes.
Anything, whatever you want.
And it's so obvious I need a little human consideration. I shouldn't even have to ask.
Oh, geez, honey, that's never gonna happen.
What?
You're always gonna have to tell us what to do. I mean, look at this half-baked celebration. I mean, we're at the top of our game here.
Things are tense right now. And that's why it only takes one comment from a clown sticking his red nose in where it doesn't belong for it all to kick off.
Listen, Wide Ride, these guys are just trying to do something nice for you. Give them a break.
You just call my wife Wide Ride?
Now, you are gonna get up and apologize.
This is one of the reasons why I love Malcolm in the Middle. What other show could have a sweet moment by showing how much they care about each other by having a brawl with an army of clowns? It's strangely tender and totally befitting of the show. And the gesture touches Lois. Gesture, not jester. An episode that feels uniquely catered to the world of Malcolm in the Middle. A little bit mad, a little bit sad, kind of tender, but mostly just hilarious.
I gotta go.
I know.
You'll be here waiting for me when I'm done?
No.
Number 7. The second episode of a series is vital. The first episode, the pilot, is a lot of setup normally. It can maybe establish some of the thorough line for the series or the broader dynamics. But the second episode is where you get the best idea of what the show is going to be like going forward. Thank God then that the second episode of the show, Red Dress, is amazing.
Well, I guess you boys think you've got your old mom over a barrel, huh? Well, we'll just see about that. If you boys want to play, we can play all night long.
It's Hal and Lois's anniversary, and the plan is for them to go to a fancy restaurant and for Lois to wear her red dress, which she finds burnt and in the toilet, and somebody must pay! But who is to blame? That's exactly what she needs to get to the bottom of, because all the boys swear they didn't do it.
I'll give you $5 if you tell Mom you did it. You tell her you did it, because I didn't do it. I really didn't.
An installment that really showed us what Lois is capable of doing to keep the boys in check and maintain order in the household. In a humorous and over-the-top way, of course. And what makes this episode even better is that the boys are aware that Francis has seen it all before. So, as Lois is laying out these elaborate punishments, the boys are checking in with Francis, who's telling them what to do to survive or combat these punishments.
There's only one person who ever had Mom this mad at them and survived.
Hello?
I'm just gonna tell her I did it. I know it wasn't me, but anything is better than this.
Oh, that's it. Now listen to me, Malcolm. You have to do exactly what I say.
Meaning we get a fun game of cat and mouse as they try to outdo each other.
Francis is a genius.
Oh, your grandmother and all your friends are just gonna love this at your next birthday party.
It also leads to an awesome dramatic moment when it turns out that it's not just Malcolm and Francis on the phone line.
Wait a minute. Did you hear breathing?
What?
Mom?
So what's Hal been up to, I hear you say? Again, showing that the second episode is also what you can expect from the series. Hal is off having another wacky subplot where he ends up at the restaurant, has a great time by himself, makes friends with the bathroom attendant, all while Lois is at home torturing the boys.
That's our song. Not our song. No.
There's also a pretty sweet moment where we learn that Reese has been beating up kids that have been calling Malcolm weird because of his newly celebrated intelligence. And this is a theme that is early on in the show that they kind of dabble in but kind of drop as the show goes on. The idea that Malcolm feels isolated from his family because of how clever he is and the fear that he has because of that. And also the family not really being sure how to adapt to his newfound genius intellect and being proud of him, but also not always being emotionally available enough to tell him that. And it's something that is there early on in the show that kind of drops as the show goes on. But it's a really nice moment, and you can see it in other episodes in the show, like the episode Krellboy Picnic. Whoa, some actual analysis of the show. How did that get in here?
At least twice a day, I have to whoop ass and some kid calling you a weirdo. You beat up people because they call me a weirdo? Thanks. For what? Nothing.
We also get the reveal of how the dress actually is destroyed, and I won't spoil it here in case you haven't seen it in a while, but it's fantastic. Having an episode that puts Lois's authoritarian rule front and centre, and having the boys unite and work with Francis against her, while Hal goes on his own separate side journey. Yeah, this feels like the prototypical Malcolm in the Middle episode. And it's awesome.
You can never let anything go.
I can, too, let things go.
Fine.
I can.
Fine.
I can.
Number 6. Like I said, Season 2 is strong. And it started as it meant to go on with the Season 2 premiere, Traffic Jam, which is a loose continuation of the Season 1 finale, Water Park. I wonder if we're going to talk about that one. You'll just have to wait and see. We will.
That was so cool. Did you see that truck jackknife flip over and that wheel fly through the air? An explosion would have been nice, but you can't have everything.
Yeah, Reese, this is great. Now we're stuck here for hours.
Getting an episode with 2 good storylines is great, and anything after that is just gravy. But Traffic Jam gives every character their own short storyline, and it works surprisingly really well. They get stuck in a traffic jam due to the crash, and because of that we get to see what every character gets up to kill time during the traffic jam. Hal gets introspective and existential, having witnessed the crash and realising it could have been him. Reese gets into a feud with an ice cream man who won't sell him ice cream during the traffic jam. Malcolm meets what could be the love of his life. Lois really struggles with the incompetence of the police and road crew in failing to get traffic moving again. And really, this is where we see what Lois is like outside her bubble, where she can't control everything. Elsewhere, not at the traffic jam, Dewey, having followed a balloon away from home in the last episode, is now bumbling along on an adventure that might bring him back home. And Francis at the military academy has been dared to eat 100 peeps. It's a lot. The storylines, I mean, not the peeps. I mean, the peeps too, but yeah, there's a lot of story in this one. And if these stories were actually given more time, it might be revealed how paper thin some of them are. But together, they hit you like an unrelenting barrage of entertaining comedy. Highlights include Reese finally getting some ice cream.
This kid was trying to break into your truck.
Let's go, man. I just want some damn ice cream.
Come here, you punk!
And here's your share, Mr. Wells.
That man left us no choice.
Dewey reciting the alphabet.
A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D.
It's E, dear. A, B, C, D, E, E.
I know. A, B, C, D.
Malcolm learning the secret of how to get behind police tape.
Dad's an investigator for the DOT. Hi, Daddy! Whenever you want something, everybody's your dad. Hi, Daddy!
And Lois finally snapping as she can't control things.
You can't tell me what to do.
Oh, snap, dog, it's this! Trapped inside, all the windows are rolled up.
which also leads to her freeing a dog, which backfires on her, and later backfires on Malcolm as he loses the number of the girl he likes. It's just a perfect storm of calamity. It might not be the most refined episode of the show, but it makes up for it by being a straight up flood of comedic moments that highlights what makes each character work in this show. If only all traffic jams were this fun. Number 5. There are a few episodes of the show that dive into the fantastical, giving us alternate versions of events or showing us what might have been. And one of them tackles a question we've always had. What if boys were girls?
You're dragging us to a place that we don't like, to buy clothes we don't care about, for money you don't want to spend, to look nice for people who hate our guts.
And if we go to the shoe store before we look for jeans, we can get yogurt in between. Mom, will you help me pick out earrings?
With Lois expecting another child, spoiler alert, that one's also a boy. She imagines what her life would be like if their boys were born girls instead. And we jump back and forth between fantasy and reality.
You don't have to be a genius. You're sweet and thoughtful. And that's what counts.
Aw. Wow. That was the worst fight we've had in months.
So we see the difference, or at least the imagined difference, between the boys and the girls as the family take a trip to the mall.
You're right, Mom. You're always right. Hey, I was gonna eat that!
Tough luck, what the hell's wrong with you?
And of course, Lois imagines having 3 girls would be bliss. But over time, she starts to realise that having girls would have its downsides too.
By that time, the buzz from her diet pills will have worn off.
I don't burn up calories having sex with a different boy every night down by the creek. I know you're pregnant. She's lying. That is ridiculous.
This is all kicked off, by the way, when Malcolm and Reese get into a fight and Malcolm decks Reese.
Malcolm? You can take Reese?
Which is a really fun subplot as Dewey kind of twists the knife between them.
It's an 80% off sale. Fear will keep you alive.
Don't worry. We're with Malcolm.
Don't be too worried though. Reese is fine.
Looks like you need someone to teach you to mind your elders.
You looking for a dance partner?
All right, Reese is back.
You want to take your teeth out before we start this, Grandma?
Another mark in the win column for Hal's subplots as he has to resort to stealing a gift from somebody else to get Lois the perfect Valentine's gift. And as bad as that sounds, it turns out being the father of daughters would have been worse for him as he was pretty unhealthy and seemingly constantly manipulated. I also love the end of the episode where it just becomes total chaos in fantasy and reality, and it comes crashing down that, yeah, there is no perfect world when it comes to raising kids.
Who do you think made us this way? It's all your fault. All your mother anyway. This is all your fault.
It's just another 300 yards after Senor Jellybeans.
Trust me, Al, there's no escape. There's no escape no matter what.
All that said, by the end of the episode though, we see that the boys do care about her and she cares about the boys. These Flight of Fancy episodes are always very enjoyable, and this one managed to address a question I always had. What if there were girls in the house instead? And it did so in a way that was funny and sweet, without being saccharine.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
We saved you the coconut ones because we know they're your favorite.
Thank you, boys. I love it.
Number 4. The last season of the show is pretty inconsistent, but there are some great episodes to be had. One of which is Lois Strikes Back. So far, I think I've given the impression that Lois is a pretty stern parent, but her heart is normally in the right place. And then you reach an episode like this and go, oh, she's a total psychopath. Because Reese gets pranked by some mean girls and the school does nothing, leaving it up to Lois to get revenge. And she's the goddamn Terminator.
I want names. How many were there? Good. At least he can hear me now. Just nod when you see one.
She stalks and gets revenge on each one of the girls like she's some sort of serial killer vigilante. Like, just a few examples. There's one girl that's conscious about her hair. She's gonna lose that hair.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, my hair. Oh my gosh. Ah!
There's one girl that loves collecting dolls. Guess where she's gonna find those dolls? Don't be too upset with the dolls. You're going to have 2 Oscars to keep you company instead.
No!
Remember what Nietzsche said about chasing monsters, though, as Lois realizes what she's become. And it also becomes very clear where Reese gets it from.
There's this horrible thing that's part of us that makes it seem okay to do really scary stuff. I must have gotten it from Grandma and I passed it on to you, sweetie. And all I can say is, I'm sorry.
Oh, and Hal makes a pitching machine. I wasn't going to mention it, but it does actually tie in, as mother and son use it to get revenge on their last target by firing paint-filled balloons at them, despite Malcolm's protests. Not much depth to this one, just an entertaining episode where Lois is left completely off the chain, and a strange nice moment between her and Reese as they bond because of their horrible actions.
It's a shame it was over so quickly.
I know. Maybe we can go bowling together sometime.
So as long as you can rationalize your behavior, I guess you can do whatever you want.
Oh, Malcolm, for Pete's sake, don't be so upset. I'll do something with you next week.
Number 3. Episodes where the family left the confines of the house are always a blast, and couple that with the fact that I like when Malcolm and Reese are butting heads with each other, and well, is it any surprise that I love Water Park?
Well, can't you give your mother and me 5 minutes apiece?
You know what? You can have the rest of the day because I've given up. I'm not gonna have any fun anyway, so why try?
As long as we're on the same page.
The first season finale, and boy did they end on a high note. Malcolm is meant to be wearing a nose plug when he's in the pool, and Reese reminds Lois of this, which becomes an act of war, as the two go back and forth trying to ruin the other's day at the water park with an escalating series of pranks and public embarrassment.
Now, we're even.
Now we're...
I always love a good guest star turn, and Malcolm was often pretty sparing with those, but when they brought someone in, they made sure it was worthwhile, and I love me some Golden Girls. So having B. Arthur as the cantankerous nanny that eventually warms to Dewey is pretty great. I mean, them dancing to ABBA, come on.
There was something in
Oh, and she dies. There's also a pretty good storyline at the military academy. Francis is actually secretly good at pool, but Commandant Spengler learns he's been going easy on him, so he says he should play him as best. And the other cadets find this out and tell Francis not to beat him, or there'll be repercussions. So he gets worse, and then Spengler learns this, and they both basically get in a competition to see who can lose. Which is pretty wacky, but it's kind of fun. I also love the ending when Lois finally snaps, which feels like it's kind of been building throughout the whole first season.
Do you think we're wealthy?
What? Do you think we're wealthy? Your father and I worked so hard, we worked so long! What is wrong with you two?
And Malcolm actually stands up to her, and also conquers his fear of going down the slide. But he doesn't go down by choice, and he certainly doesn't go down alone, in a really satisfying ending that also is a pretty satisfying truce to the boys' war against each other.
Don't you dare!
Balancing storylines is a very tricky part of sitcoms, and when you manage to get storylines that are all equally engaging and funny, you're onto a winner. I mean, the water park element of the story leans on some of the best stuff of this show, which is the rivalry, especially between Malcolm and Reese. Also, the Dewey babysitter storyline gets the most out of the innocent Dewey character that we got in the early seasons. And the Marin Academy storyline is actually pretty goofy and engaging in a way that it often isn't, which is a nice change of pace. Couple all that together with a satisfying ending, and is it any wonder why this episode is adored the way it is?
Hey there, girlie. Let me adjust your bra strap.
Number 2. So what have we established so far? I love when the whole family are in one storyline. I like a good guest star. I enjoy when they're outside the confines of the home. I get a good kick out of when they defend each other's honour, and a little bit of tenderness goes a long way with me. So I found an episode with everything. Family reunion.
Wow.
It figures this is the side of the family we never see. Meanwhile, the grandma who goes shopping in her bra visits 5 times a year.
We always got a lot of insight into Lois's family, but Hal's family was a little bit of a mystery until this episode, where it turns out they're crazy rich and decidedly less crazy about Lois.
I had to run the croquet tournament on Thursday all by myself.
Lois, no one else is wearing a name tag.
More cake, Lois? No, thank you.
Don't be shy. I saw the way you scarfed down your first piece. Oh, I'm sorry, you're probably on a diet, aren't you?
Christopher Lloyd plays his father, and you immediately see where Hal gets his goofball unserious side from.
I was expecting
Carto because it looks like you packed a spare tire.
It becomes a bit of a problem because anytime Hal tries to bring up the subject of how the family treats Lois, he dodges it with his hijinks.
Ever since we got here, the family has taken every opportunity to... Don't do the face.
What face?
Oh, you know the face.
What's great about this episode is we don't usually see Lois in this powerless or self-conscious position, and she becomes even more sympathetic because of how much she's trying to endear herself to the family, and they're really not giving her a chance.
For some reason I forgot to pack my good shoes. And now I have nothing to wear with this dress that I rushed out to buy, so I would look nice for this family that thinks I can't do anything right.
And we normally see Lois as quite mean or nasty, but over the course of the series, we see that she does it normally with good intentions. And here she's on the other side of the equation, and it feels like she's being met with cruelty without purpose, which makes it quite sad.
You know what? I have some extra shoes in the back of our car. I bet they might fit you.
Thank you. Really. There aren't any shoes in your car! Are you sure?
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
You weren't in the photo, Lois?
In addition to that, it often feels that if Lois loses the upper hand that she's able to get it back, but this time she's so broken and defeated that she can't. So it's up to the rest of the family to step up and set things right.
Oh, God, more drama from that woman.
What are you gonna do?
We don't know. We never know.
I also love how they don't even say anything, it's just let's go, it's on sight. And Hal managed to avoid his dad's tickles and confront him about how they treat his wife.
My wife is upstairs crying because of the way this family treats her, and it's got to stop. You never face up to any real problems, do you? Never help me when my girlfriend dumped me. When my dog died. Hey, when my best friend moved away.
And the boys do what they do best and cause chaos. But this time at least, it's chaos for good.
All right, everybody ready?
I was born ready.
It's a sweet moment, especially when the parents have to pretend to be annoyed at the boys for standing up for their mother.
I am so very disappointed in all of you.
If you ever drive a golf cart over a catered dinner and into a swimming pool again, there will be consequences, dire consequences.
The episode also kind of reveals perhaps why Lois is so hard on Piyama, and it teases at the very end that perhaps this is the start of better days between the two.
Oh, Piyama, is that too much air on you?
No!
An episode that has all the things I look for in a good Malcolm outing. It's no wonder why I love this episode.
Let's ask Mr. Tickles. Mr. Tickles?
Number 1. Another What If episode that really showed once and for all the difference in parenting styles between Hal and Lois. And while it was easy to say one is too strict or one is too lenient, this episode managed to make a very direct contrast of the pros and cons of those approaches, as we saw what happened when either one of them took the boys bowling.
We're ready. Who's gonna drive us?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
You to your room. March!
Come on, son. Race to your room. Oh, boys, you are going to have so much fun.
One complaint about your behavior and I'll come down on you like a hammer.
In each scenario, one parent goes to the bowling alley and the other stays home with a grounded Dewey. So when Lois goes, she becomes the chaperone as she sees that there's no parents at this bowling party. Whereas Hal goes and leaves the boys to their own devices and goes bowling himself.
Where are your parents? Who's chaperoning this?
Mom, we don't need a chaperone.
Okay, it's me. I mean, what kind of parent would leave these kids alone with themselves?
Okay, I'll see you in a couple hours.
And as he starts bowling, he gets closer and closer to a perfect game and becomes more and more superstitious.
Where are you going?
I have to use the restroom.
No. Nobody leaves. But No, please. Everything's got to stay the same.
Which is funny in and of itself. But there's also an irony to the fact that if he was a more hands-on parent, perhaps his perfect game wouldn't have been ruined by Malcolm.
Oh, that counts, right? 300.
The transition between both potential timelines is also very well done. There's times where it's subtle and stylish, and there's times where it's very direct. And that direct juxtaposition between both scenarios is also a great format to make jokes.
Where did all my money go? I've only got $6.
Pricey. Good thing I stole some cash from your mom's wallet this morning.
By the end, of course, we see that neither parenting style is perfect, and though this might have seemed like a nightmare at the beginning, despite the boys' protests, they actually did enjoy themselves.
I wasn't on board at first with you staying, but tonight was, well, it was magic.
Okay, that's it. Oh, for God's sake, you are worse than your father.
Whereas they might have had more fun initially with Hal, things didn't really end well there, which is to say, they balanced each other out pretty well.
Fine, don't count it. But you and I both know that was a perfect game.
And while we might have always thought that was the case, seeing it directly contrasted here in a fun and creative way reminded us that at its heart, this is a show about the relationships and difficulties between children and their parents, or just a general family dynamic that can be a bit dysfunctional, turned up to a wacky or absurd degree. This episode to me captures what makes this show great. And what speaks as a testament to the quality of the show is that a lot of the episodes on this list could have been top on any other day, but on this day, this is my favourite episode of Malcolm in the Middle. Maybe in another timeline it could have been another episode, but we'll never know.
So how'd it go?
Next time, you take them.
And those are my top 10 Malcolm in the Middle episodes. You may have chosen differently, but you're not the boss of me. Now, oh God, I'm running out of steam. Let me know your favourite episodes in the comments below, or if you agree or disagree with my list. And aside from that, please give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.